What's going on, everybody? Brezzy43 here. I'm back with our next video. Today we're going to be doing some ranked gameplay with this Xerneas team that I created. This is uh, an interesting take on Xerneas. I got some ideas from some of the recent events that were happening, and I put them together. Um, You've got your classic, Xerneas Incineroar Amoonguss combination to help Xerneas set up. I'm running an interesting Incineroar set where I'm actually running Roar and Safety Goggles. This is to beat opposing Xerneas, or at least give me a better chance at beating them as well as other Trick Room teams. So far, it hasn't come up too often, but it's been nice to have in a couple of niche scenarios. The Amoonguss, I'm opting for Sludge Bomb over something like Clear Smog, but I actually think that Pollen Puff might be a little bit better or a little bit more interesting for a team like this. But Sludge Bomb hits a little bit harder than Clear Smog, and I've got a couple of really good tools against Xerneas already. My Xerneas spread is very bulky. I'm running just enough speed investment to outspeed Regieleki after the Geomancy, and this is also to allow us to function pretty well inside of Trick Room, which is coming from the Stack Attacka. Super straightforward Stack Attacka, but this thing is a house. Stone Edge allows you to get around things like Wide Guard. A little bit worse against redirection without safety goggles, but I've liked the extra damage against Incineroar switching in. Things like Ho-Oh, other flying types like that. The extra critical hit damage does come up. The Gastrodon is a really interesting pick here. I actually really like it. It's really good into Kyogre, and it's also pretty good into Zacian as well. My most common Zacian setup is Gastrodon, Incineroar, Stack Attacka, and Xerneas, not necessarily in that order, but it allows you to set Trick Room against Zacian and then pivot around to get Xerneas into position to Geomancy just as the Trick Room is expiring. 3 attacks on Gastrodon. I opted for Scald because I wanted to still be able to hit things like Ho-Oh, and also like hit other things inside the rain that Kyogre might set up. But I think Ice Beam is really important to deal with Landorus Incarnate, as well as Earth Power deal is a 2-shot to both Zacian and most Incineroar spread. And last but not least, we have Assault Vest Moltres. This thing is very bulky, max HP with a little bit of special attack investment and modest. But as you can see, we've got 3 dark attacks plus Air Slash. This thing is pretty good into Kyogre. It's also pretty good into Calyrex Ghost. So yeah, let's go ahead and jump into some games with the team here. I've played all my matches so far with this team. I'm 18-13 thus far. Some of my losses have been to some interesting, like team building decisions from my opponents. I'm not sure that this team is perfect. I think that this team does have some flaws that I've been kind of learning as we go, but I do think that it's a pretty solid team overall, and definitely one that I would recommend you guys all give a try. You can grab that rental code at the beginning, and I will put it up again at the end here. So we got our first match here. Okay, Calyrex Shadow. A pretty challenging matchup just out the get-go. I'm not entirely sure what my opponent's going to lead into this. They usually lead Mienshao Calyrex. Stack Attacka doesn't look as great here just because they've got a fighting type, they've got Landorus, and they've got Entei. So I think what I'm going to want to do is lead Amoonguss plus Moltres and then bring Incin Xerneas in the back. Now alternatively, I could just straight lead I could like lead Xerneas Moltres. But that's particularly weak to Landorus. And it's not great into like something like Entei that resists. So if I'm my opponent, I'm probably bringing Calyrex, Mienshao, Entei, and then maybe like Lando. Lando's pretty good into our team, but we do have Moltres. I don't know if I bring Aleki if I'm my opponent, but maybe. Let's see what happens. It may be particularly difficult to beat opposing Tailwind on this particular team of my opponents, so I may have to look to just try to outbulk them. Let's see. Okay, not the lead I was expecting. Well, I think I'm going to go ahead and Spore and Snarl. Alternatively, I could Protect. I'm not sure who they target. If I'm my opponent, I may just double the. Let's try that. Actually, I think I'm gonna Protect. I think my opponent's going to. I did not expect this lead. I expected Calyrex Shadow in the front. Let's see. Okay. Well, that's good. Maybe they doubled it. Oh, they did. Wow, I'm glad I protected. Holy cow. Okay. I think that Ensign probably takes a -1 Earth power. Yeah, let's try that. Foul play the Entei here. I'm expecting the Landorus to do something a little different. Okay, no switches for my opponent. I'm opting for U-turn Incineroar as well, just because I've been finding that the extra chip damage that it provides has been really nice. Okay, so they just attack again. Oh, wow. Was that a crit? Okay, well, not much you can really do about that, unfortunately. Here comes the Sacred Fire. No burn? Okay, no burn. Okay, I'm going to protect and switch into my Amoonguss here. Then this allows me to set up next turn. Okay. All right, I'm going to go for the setup. I wonder if this is like Choice Band Entei or something, because this is just like... Okay. It's slow Entei too. That's interesting. I'm not very fast Xern, so this must be like really bulky Entei. I'm wondering if this is Choice Band. To be fair, my Amoonguss is not super bulky, but... Okay, so Dazzle, I wonder if Dazzle picks up here. I don't actually know if it does. Dazzle plus Foul Play. I think it should KO the Landorus. The Landorus has been chipped a bit. Unfortunate crit on my Ensign, though. That was I don't know if Ensign would have taken the combination, though. I'm not sure how much -1 Earth Power does to my Ensign. Okay. I could have just Moon Blasted, but let's see how much this does. Okay. Stone Edge. Okay, well, it's not Choice Band, I guess. Hmm. Well, Dazzle should pick up both here. I'd be surprised if it didn't pick up the Landorus. Okay, get some chip. Sure. Like I said, we're really bulky Xern. Okay, so unless my opponent has Tornadus in the back, Calyrex, Mienshao. Okay. Well, I have a pretty easy play here of just protecting. It's really scary if they go fake out plus sub. Hopefully they don't have substitute, but we'll see what happens. I'm hoping they don't have substitute. Okay. No fake out. Trick Room. Okay. Really interesting. So Trick Room, Calyrex. So if I just Moonblasted, I would have won. Very interesting. We are at +2 special defense, so I think I still win no matter what. I don't think I needed to protect there, actually. That might have been a mistake. I forgot that Geomancy's +2 special defense. That was silly. I mean, it is a single target Astro Barrage, but so if they have Trick Room, Astro Barrage, another attack, what's their last move? Is it Protect, or did they skip Protect and go with something else? Okay. Sure. Psyshock. We're pretty bulky. Focus Sash. Okay. Well, that complicates things. It's Sash. I'm going to protect to stall a turn of Trick Room, but Sash Calyrex, not Sash Mienshao. This is one of the things about Best of One that kind of irks me sometimes, is that it feels like your opponent gets you with these little techs, you know, like Focus Ashes usually ran on the Mienshao, but in this case it was on the Calyrex. So okay, there's the close combat and the Psyshock. Two turns left of Trick Room. That's really cool tech. Oh yeah, we lose. Bummer. Well, the Focus Sash got me. I should have gone for the wide guard like read or something. I'm not sure. Bummer. I thought Xerneas was gonna 1v4 there. That's how a lot of my games end, is that Xerneas actually just like 1v4s or like 2v4s or something. But the Trick Room on the Calyrex got us. The Focus Sash on the Calyrex got us. Otherwise, I mean, I don't actually know if the critical hit would have mattered. Like that's the thing, is like that's what I've been thinking about with some of these new teams I've been theorizing, is that like so many teams are insulating themselves against Incineroar, right? You've got like Entei, who can't be intimidated. You've got and get Stone Edge. You've got Mienshao, who can't be intimidated and knocks you out with close combat. You've also got like Kyogre and things like that match up naturally well into it. It seems like every team is ready for Incineroar.
Mic on.
Okay, this team is pretty interesting. I think I've seen a variation of this team before. The Grimmsnarl is particularly interesting in my opinion. Well, my opponent doesn't have a lot for um, I expect him to bring Entei for sure. My opponent doesn't have a lot for Stack Attacka outside of Palkia, which Gastrodon does well, so maybe we try the Trick Room mode here. Um, and maybe we go Incense Stack. I mean, sorry, I'm not sure why my headphones are doing that. I'm not entirely sure if Incense the right pick, though. It might be that we need to bring our own Amoonguss, but I do want Gastrodon Stack Attacka, and I do also want Xern. All right, I'm game. All right, let's see. Okay, Grimmsnarl Entei. I don't think that's particularly bad for me. It's not particularly great if I get burned. Getting burned would be really unfortunate here. All right, well, let's U-turn off this. Do I want to protect or do I want to switch? I probably want to just protect. I've been getting a little bit too... Oh, okay. Wow. Interesting. I've been getting really lucky with not getting burned lately. So, yeah. Okay, Life Orb Entei. That's a little terrifying. I'm going to go ahead and U-turn off this and go for Trick Room. Do I think they have Taunt? They might have Taunt. Taunt would be pretty annoying. I don't think Bulldoze would KO, though. It's not Stab. It's reduced in damage. I don't actually think it would KO. Maybe they go for Bulldoze again. I don't know. Bulldoze there was a pretty crazy play. Okay. Lando, sure. Do you have the taunt? Reflect? Okay, that's fine. But see, you know, like this is one of the examples where U-turn is actually pretty nice because your opponent just is going to keep pivoting back and forth. Or not, they're going to keep switching and you get to keep pivoting, right? And so the U-turn, like the parting shot there probably wouldn't have done much to that Grimmsnarl because it's not really going to be attacking and it's already been intimidated once. Well, switching back into the Entei here is kind of annoying. I still think it's fine if they do. Like not all Gastrodon run Ice Beam, and they might think that they can take the Scald at inside Reflect, which I'm assuming is going to be the next move that they use. So they did drop our boy's speed here, though. Okay, let's try this. Okay, I don't think Landorus should be taking this. I could have protected just to be safe, but let's see. Oh, it does, yeah. Okay. Maybe I should have protected just to be safe. Okay, well. Sorry, opponent. That's unfortunate. All right, let's see. So we've got 3 turns left of Trick Room. I'm going to Scald this slot, which covers a switch. And then I guess we just Gyro Ball this slot. That freeze doesn't feel great. I should have protected. That would have been the smarter play. Looking at hindsight, like I can't take that and like feel super good about it. So in hindsight, I believe the better play would have been to just protect the Stagataka and go for Ice Beam, and then if they go for like a Light Screen or something, or if they go for like a an Earthquake or something, I'm sure that Gastrodon takes it. So I definitely could have improved my play there. Okay. Well, there's 2 turns left of Trick Room. I'm gonna go out into Incin here and protect. And I think this does a couple of things. I think, well, actually no. I think I can just go for Earth Power into the Palkia and then Stone Edge the Entei. And if they protect, then they protect. Okay. I think Entei would have protected first, but maybe not. Okay, double protect, that's fine. Okay. So now for this last turn, I'm going to switch into Incin. Well, hang on. I got to think about this for a second. I think I want to double the Entei. Because if I knock out the Entei, then Gastrodon plus Xerneas just wins the game. And if I can't knock out Entei, then let's see. Crit? No crit? Okay, so now they have to probably go for a dragon move into my they have to probably go for a dragon move into my Gastrodon to try to knock it out. Spatial Rend. Okay. Okay, so now I'm going to go out into Incin because I don't need either of these Pokemon anymore. And I'm going to just Stone Edge the Palkia. Palkia is forced to attack here because it it can't protect in fear of me setting up Trick Room again. Or maybe they set up their own Trick Room, I don't know. Maybe they like Trick Room to stop my Trick Room or something. Let's see. Spatial Rend into the Incin. Okay. Okay, we missed. I could just reset Trick Room. Actually, I probably should just do that now. So let's Fake Out plus Trick Room. Okay. All right, so now we U-turn plus Stone Edge. I'm not sure if this was the fastest way to get to this victory, but I think the freeze definitely gave us a lot to work with. Okay, no crit. I'm actually going to U-turn into the Xern here, I believe. I think my opponent can't safely go for a water attack with Gastrodon lurking, so let's see. Oh, they do. Into the stack? Okay. Okay, well now I have a pretty easy um, 3-punch here. I think I might have taken a longer way to get to this victory, but there's 3 turns left to Trick Room, so on this turn I can go for the Geomancy plus Fake Out. On the next turn I can go for Protect plus U-Turn. I don't even know if okay, I was gonna say I don't even think I have to Protect. So yeah, cool. All right, well I don't know if we would have if we would have lost if we didn't get the freeze, but I definitely it definitely solidified our victory, right? I do think that I do think that was my big takeaway from that game is that I should have protected. In terms of the other game, I don't actually know. I think I got a little bit by my opponent's sets, but I think there was an early turn where maybe I should have just stayed in with my Moltres and read it. Well, the turn I switched into Incineroar, I knew the Earth Power was coming, so the critical hit didn't help, but um, I actually don't know if that would have made a difference. So it's difficult to say what exactly I could have done better in game 1, but game 2, I definitely think that I could have played a little more like that one turn, just protecting is the safe play. Let them set up Light Screen, and they probably go for Earth Power or Earthquake, which I have the Ice Beam, which helps out a lot more, and it only burns 1 turn of Trick Room, right? Um, but I'll go ahead and put this up again. Here's the rental team if you guys want to try it out. Like I said, this team got me into Masterball, and I did have a really good record with it. It does have some pretty polarizing matchups, though. Like I said, the Calyrex Shadow is mostly neutral. You've got some nice tools for it, but they do have a lot of answers to Incineroar, so I may have to revisit what I decide to do with Incineroar. And the Kyogre matchup does feel pretty favorable, but teams are ready for this, and they've got a lot of things that are good against you. So definitely keep that in mind when you're playing the team. But I hope you all like it. Let me know in the comments what you think about the team, and I will catch you all in the next video.